This is the movie club. We are back. We gave you guys a couple minutes to breathe, a couple episodes to watch for life for yourself. And now we're at the finale. And we are here to talk about the finale. It was insane.
Look, I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. And what really stuck out to me was the abuse of power. Like this episode was the epitome of the abuse of power, and all of the elements. People had a certain level of power, and with that power, it was all for personal gain. So I really want to talk about those different interactions and conversations between certain people that had the most power and then that group of powerless entities. There are levels to it because you have a group that the power works for them, and in the end, it still works for them. And then you have the powerless people playing that system, and I'm going to start using names. You have Wallace, his family, trying to play that same system of getting information, cutting back doors every now and then in the end, Maskin still gives him a second deal. Like he lets it be known that he has the most power. And even when you feel powerful, you have two wins. He gets the transfer, right? Wallace gets the transfer. He gets the second chance at his retrial, but in the end, it's just like blows up in his face. And everything that they did wrong, Maskins is like, look, you try to come for me, I'm coming for you.
It was one of the greatest finales I've ever seen because, like what we talked about, it kind of like at the 10-minute mark towards the end, we all thought that was the end of the episode. And then we looked at the clock and we were like, oh crap, there's like 9 minutes left. Like, what's going to happen? Because it was wrapped up so beautifully. And then it came back from commercial and just like whoosh, piled everything on, and everything just kind of exploded because it was so insane. Like, you were like, okay, cool, end of the season, like really excited to see what happens next. And then like you get a glimpse of what's going to be coming next, and you just know that like it's going to be a whole new ride where it was like so close, but now everything is again being almost yanked out of reach, even though it's not, but it's like making a deal with the devil sort of thing.
100%. I completely agree with that. I felt like once we hit that, we got 10 minutes left mark, I was finally like relieved. This whole season, I have been so stressed out. And then it's like, oh no, we got 10 minutes. And once again, like I have anxiety, and now I have to wait until whenever the second season will be to finally like see if Aaron's got it, if like it's a lot.
Right. What I thought was the best, I guess the biggest compliment I could pay to the show is I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, what are they going to do in a second season? Like, how do we continue this? Does he get out of jail or does he not? You know, because we kind of have like some finality in a retrial. You know, the retrial is going to happen or it isn't. But then we get into all the other ways of how this can go wrong, whether, you know, his wife can be brought up on charges, what the financier and Maskin's relationship is going to be, whether Aaron actually gets transferred or not. Is he a live target in jail? You know what I mean? Does he die, you know, before anything happens? What's going to happen with the grandchild? Like, what is going to happen with Darius's relationship now that he's back? Is he going to be friend to Aaron, or is he going to be lover to Aaron's, you know, ex-wife? You know, I think what Shannon said is like everything was put together with 10 minutes left in the episode. And then in the last 10 minutes, they were able to tear everything apart in a way that you still wanted to see it get put back together. And I think that's really the skill in writing, you know, a show at this level.
Okay, I'm like very interested to see what happens next time, because Maskin's basically insinuated that he's going after Marie no matter what. It's just a matter of how hard. So then this is going to come down to, I think, like Aaron's love for Marie, and then I feel like that's going to like throw a whole like wrench in that thing, and then we're going to have, I just feel like that's going to be a disaster, because it's going to be like, I don't know, I feel like Marie's going to feel like he's not working as hard for her as she worked for him, and then it's like you have the thing where Aaron's actually innocent and she was like super guilty of abusing her power, and then I feel like Darius is just going to come in and piss us off again. That's what he's here for.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't Y'all have no faith in Darius. I know
No,
Darius. I see, like, you all are. Look, I'm not a fan of his, but when they had that it was like a motif. For what it's worth, they kept they used that a couple times in the entire series, and I think in that moment they had some sense of, you know what, we don't have to say I'm sorry. You know, it's like, dudes, we don't have to talk it out. We don't have to share our emotional. It's good. And then he gets good news. He's there for him. His wife is okay. His daughter is okay. Like, I think he's not thinking of that. I don't think that's a big problem for him.
No.
He is right there. Marie's been right there.
But I think Darius was right there the whole time. Like, yes, Aaron is his friend, but I feel like it was more to benefit his relationship with Marie. Because there is an episode where Aaron goes to Marie and says, do you think Darius will help with this? And then Marie asks him, is he going to tell her no? Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Because then he's going to lose her. But then if he helps, then Aaron may get out. So he's screwed either way, but that's the position he put himself in.
And I think that when men say it's good, that just means I don't want to kill you anymore. It ain't good, and we ain't never gonna be good. What do you guys takeaways from ending this season of For Life and moving forward into the next season?
I think it's been one of the most solid shows I've seen in a very decent time. The writing was so good, and the characters were all pretty like fleshed out and they were all characters you could get behind. Like even the Nazi that was in it, like the leader of like the Aryan group, like he wasn't extremely hateable. Like he was still a very likable person. It was just like there were aspects of likability in every single character in this show, except maybe Maskins.
I think he played a really good arch nemesis, though. I mean, he was a good villain. I liked his acting style, and as I start to learn more about their personal lives and how they live and all that stuff, I think it's pretty dynamic that Nicholas Pinnock played Aaron, and he has a whole accent. And then you have Masari, who also has a whole English accent, and it's just spot on. They're playing their roles to the T, and you believe them. You know, you believe them. You're in character with them. You feel them. You even think about them once it's off. You're like, dang. I'm right now thinking how bad Aaron is going to look next season, because I really think they're gonna whoop his butt. Like, they can't kill him, right, but he's definitely gonna look crazy. So I really love the show. I loved it, absolutely.
I loved it as well. It was a great show. I think going into next season, a theme that's kind of we've been talking about throughout this whole thing is Aaron trying to maintain his integrity while fighting for his innocence. And I feel like he's done a pretty good job of that, but now that he's gotten his retrial and he's being threatened in the way that he is by Maskins, like how much longer is he going to kind of try to maintain that integrity versus like really fight to get out or have to fight dirty to get out?
And is it even possible in the justice system? Because we see everyone's not getting a fair shake, so he might just join the system for good, though.
I think season 2 should be called Clemency versus Exoneration. You know, and I think that is the biggest thing. That's the thing that stuck out biggest to me in in that final scene is, Maskins is offering him clemency and he's fighting for exoneration, which both get you out of jail but are very different. So I give the writers, I give the cast, I give everybody involved with For Life a big thumbs up, a hand clap, and we can't wait to see you guys in season 2. This is the Movie Club, and we are out of here.